Hey everyone, this is Bellatrix. Did you just wake up from a really long nap? Oh, look at her big yawn. This is Bellatrix, everybody. You're such a pretty little kitty. She's only 6 weeks old. We just picked her up last night. She seems to love her little bed that Estella had rejected. We've got a couple kitten toys over here, scratch post. We're keeping her in the bathroom for now because we are slowly introducing Stella and her together, which is a process. Whoa, big yawn. Aww. She's so cute. She did so well yesterday. You've been sleeping like all day. So I'm going to show you our what we're doing to kind of try to get them to get along, and it's going to be interesting because Stella does not like her right now. She keeps hissing and growling anytime she smells her or sees her. Try not to let them see each other, but yeah. I will bring you along on our little journey of our brand new kitten. She's so cute. Alright, so this is a couple days in, and what we are doing is making sure that the cats do not see each other for a while until they get acclimated. So this is a couple days in. You're supposed to start the food bowl a little further out as far as you can, where the cats are comfortable, and then you slowly move it closer to the door on both sides. So you have the cats on either side of the door, and they are eating their food. That gets them accustomed to positive reinforcement, which means that they are getting food with the cat, so it is a positive thing. So this is a couple days in, we got close to the door. Then we took away the blanket from the door, let them kind of play under the door together, and it seemed like Stella started warming up to her a little bit instead of just hissing and growling all the time. She started to play just a little bit. This seems like a good sign. She was still hissing, growling every once in a while, but it is to be expected for the first few days, especially the first few weeks, so just keep that in mind. This next step here, we are trying to feed Stella and get her closer to the barrier. We actually had removed the door and got a gate instead and covered it with a blanket like you see here. And this is gets them a little bit more open with the other cats, but it's still kind of hiding their sight from each other. So Trixie really loved it. She's doing just fine. Stella was very hesitant about going towards the door. We took a couple tries just to get her over there. As you see, she's still very hesitant and not really sure what's going on. She's not a huge fan of Trixie just yet. But we got her some wet food, trying to get her closer to the door as possible. So, and then she starts getting a little curious about what's on the other side, which is a good sign. And we use that positive reinforcement with the food again. And here she's finally eating, and took her a couple tries. She kept going away from the door and coming back. So that is how we got her to finally eat closer to the kitten. This is a few days later. We took away the blanket, so now they see each other fully. We put the food bowl, trying to get Stella again to eat the food. She's still very hesitant about coming closer to the kitten. Kitten seems like she's just fine, but obviously Stella being there before her, very hesitant about new things. So we start by going pretty far and seeing if she'll go a little closer to the barrier. Obviously, this took some tries to get her to get closer to it, but you just got to be patient and kind of let them go with how they feel. So just slowly bring it over. If they're not comfortable with it, you kind of bring it back towards them, and just doing the best that you can do. And she'll eventually get there. Just it'll take a while. And here she comes. There you go. So obviously she got there. She sees the kitten. They're both eating. Pretty good. Again, we started them out further away, brought them a little closer. So they're finally getting to a stage where they're decently close to each other at this point. And we let them have a little more space where they can just see each other, kind of play through the barrier that we got here. And as you see, they don't seem to mind each other too much. And here is the next day where we got them to be right up against the gate. So they are pretty good, pretty close at eating together, and they're seeing each other, and they don't seem to mind too much. There was a little growling going on, but they still ate the food. They still were pretty close. Stella, still hesitant. She's a messy eater, so she kind of eats outside her bowl sometimes. But as you see, this is good progress. And here we have Trixie learning how to climb. It didn't take her that long. I think we only had the gate up a few days, or a day or so actually, and she was figuring out how to climb it. She even tried to climb it with the blanket on it still, when we had that one up, and just her trying to figure it out was the cutest little thing ever. So I thought you guys would enjoy this little clip of her climbing over the gate and escaping from the bathroom. Alright, a few days later, we tried to get them acclimated to the same space. So what we did is we brought them both out, had Stella playing with a toy, so she was occupied, and we also brought Trixie out and had her playing with a toy so that they were not focused on each other, but more focused on playing, so that they could, just kind of be together in the same space, but not right on top of each other. And you do this for a little bit, trying to get them on opposite sides of the room, and it seemed to work pretty well for a while. As you see, Stella does get interested and come over and tries to play with the kitten, and they kind of get a little acclimated to each other, but they're not quite having it with each other either. So you got to kind of do this process slowly and make sure you take your time with it. Be patient. And in between trying to get them completely acclimated to each other, Trixie was fully ready to get out of the bathroom. She was not liking being locked up. She was ready to get out and explore the house more often. So sometimes we would let her in the bedroom instead and kind of let her roam free in there for a while. We didn't want them completely together all the time just yet, so we would keep Stella out in the main living area and just give Trixie some freedom in the bedroom to kind of play around, so she's not always cooped up in the bathroom. And we are skipping to like a month later. Sorry for the huge break in between, but we finally got the two cats to be acclimated together a little bit better, as you can see. So they are fully out with each other now. While we're at work, we leave them out together, leave them, roaming the entire house. And as you see here, we actually got them to start eating out of the same bowl. So Stella is a little bit of a food hog, so we have to watch and make sure that Trixie is getting her food as well. As you see, they do have enough space for each other to eat. So as you saw from the clips, they are doing pretty well so far today. They do have their little tussles here and there, but I believe that is because Trixie is still a kitten. She's got a lot of energy and she does go after Stella, and I believe it's just play fighting most of the time. So they do seem to get along pretty well. Stella does have some behavioral issues still to this day. Sometimes when we pick up Trixie and like put her in the crate at night, she'll hiss at us for some reason, but other than that, it seems to be okay. So this overall process did take us probably more to a month and a half to 2 months. We did want to take it slow because they were not liking each other. Well, Stella was very much not liking her for a long time, and we did get her fixed in between in the process as well, which did mean that we had to separate them for like 2 weeks. So that is what we did step by step to introduce our cats. If you have any comments, feedback, suggestion, I am always welcome. Please leave them down below. We're not experts, so I don't claim to be an expert on this topic. I hope you guys enjoy this video. Maybe you got some information out of it, or maybe you just really wanted to watch a cute little kitten video. I hope you got what you're looking for. So I will see you guys in the next video. Thanks for watching. Give us a thumbs up if you liked it, and I will see you in the next one. Bye!